Everybody eats. Everybody eats.
I ain't eating.
You ain't eating? What you mean you ain't eating? You ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eat.
I gotta eat, man.
You are listening to the Everybody Eats podcast. Now for your host, Mr. AJ Simmons.
Good morning. Everybody Eats podcast. I'm your host, AJ Simmons. I thank y'all for waking up with me again this morning. Happy Tuesday to y'all. I got a great one for you. I think you're really gonna feel this one. I'm gonna bring it straight from my heart on this one. Y'all know how I do when I get into these. So let's get right into it. All right. I want to tell you this. Stop trying to keep it real. Stop trying to keep it real. All right. And I know you're like, what the fuck is he about to say here? Where is he about to go with this, right? So first off, if you real, let's just go over that real quick. If you real, right, you don't have to try to be real. So stop trying to keep it real, because you're going to be so busy trying to keep it real that you're not real because you're trying to be. I'm going to tell you this. When I went in the military, my number one thing, because I'm from Portsmouth, right? Pistol City. I thought I was a street nigga, or a street guy. That's what we say anyway at the time. So my whole goal was, I'm just going in for that $20,000 enlistment bonus, and I'm going to flip that, and that's it. You know what I mean? I knew I was buying a cleaning franchise back then because a guy I worked for in high school, and I saw how he was living. So I said, I'm going to get that $20,000 bonus. I'm going to buy this cleaning franchise. I'm going to do this and this and that. I'm going to flip that. And I'm going to, you know what I mean? So I was so busy into that, and I only went in just for that. And I felt like I'm going to get over on them. And I'm not going overseas. I'm not getting deployed. They're not going to change me. Okay, so when I went into boot camp, my whole objective was they not going to change me. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be one of the few black people to get some money and still keep it real. Don't forget where I came from, right? So when I went into the military and I came back home, and immediately I realized one important thing. The whole time I was gone, and I was gone for probably about 1.5 years because I kept getting in trouble, and they had to transfer me to different bases and stuff because I have a hard time with doing what people tell me to do. Okay, so, but anyway, by the time I made it home, I quickly realized that everybody at home was still doing the same stuff every single day that they were doing when I left. And that was a big red flag to me. Like, wait a minute, I've been dying to get back here for this. Nothing has changed. You know what I mean? Nothing has changed. So, and then over time, what I started to realize but one thing that changed was me. And my whole objective when I went into the military was, I'm not going to get changed. They're not going to change me. But what ended up happening is they changed me. Not only did they change me, they changed me for the better, okay? Because they didn't change me into a military grunt or one of them guys that's going to be so excited. Yes, you're a sergeant, and saying all of the exciting things that they want you to say and be participating with and all of that. Like, I wasn't with them when they used to be so excited to talk about that movie 300 and bombing people. They showed little videos and try to hype you up. I was like, what the fuck wrong with these people? You know what I mean? I'm not excited about bombing some people I don't know. But anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, my point is this. They still changed me though. And even though I didn't want to be changed, I accomplished my goal with not allowing them to change me into, I guess, a military grunt or somebody that was enthusiastic about the whole goal of the military. But where they changed me was they changed me into a man. They showed me how to be independent and self-sufficient. I had to wash my own clothes. I had to separate from my friends who I never done that at first. The only time that I did do that was when they all got locked up and I didn't. The judge decided to let me go because I was underage. But the rest of them went to jail, got felonies, and I should have got it with them because I did the exact same charge that they did, okay? Committed the exact same charge. I got lucky. I got blessed. I got whatever you want to call it, okay? But either way. So I got off. And I ran into the military because, again, the $20,000 enlistment bonus that I wanted to flip, and the fact that I was on community service for those charges, and I didn't complete the hours when the court date was coming up. So I said, well, let me hurry up and get the hell away. If I tell them I'm in the military, send my mom to court, and they'll release the charges, which they did. So anyway, what ended up happening was they turned me into a man. They told me how to be responsible and fend for myself. And when I got home, I realized nobody else knew how to do that. I also realized that the world was bigger than Portsmouth. And I know that might sound crazy at first. Like, what do you mean you didn't know the world? Yes, I mean, like, obviously I knew that the world existed. I knew it was other countries and all of that. But what I didn't really internalize was that the world was bigger than the city that I came from. So in other words, if I was the man in Portsmouth, it didn't mean shit when I got to Fort Gordon, Georgia. Okay, it didn't mean nothing when I got to Jackson. Fort Jackson down in Carolina. Okay, it didn't mean nothing when I got to Aberdeen Proving Grounds up in Maryland. They didn't know what the hell Charlestown was, and none of you do either. Charlestown is the apartment complex that I came from. Nobody knew that. I repped that so hard, and then when I get to a whole nother state, they don't give a fuck about none of that. Nobody cares. I can't say that and intimidate nobody. Oh, I'm from Portsmouth. They don't know what Portsmouth is. And so it taught me that the world is bigger than the small town that I come from. So what I quickly starting to realize is being the man in the city means nothing if you ain't the man overall somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I could feel like Jay-Z in my city, but I ain't Jay-Z to the world, and it means nothing. Okay? So my point is this. Let's kind of bring this back to my topic and what I'm trying to get you to. What I'm trying to get you to understand is this. Don't be so busy trying to keep it real that you're actually not being real. You know what I mean? You're so busy trying to stay the same, when in reality, if you stay the same, you will receive the same. Okay? So if I stayed where I was and didn't go into the military, I probably would have continued to receive what I was receiving, which was sleeping in abandoned houses, sleeping because I had nowhere to stay. So going out and dating women just so I can live with them because I ain't had nowhere else to live. So even though I wasn't wholeheartedly there in the relationship, I felt like I had to be, because otherwise I would have been homeless. Okay, because my mom kicked me out when I was 17 because I was selling drugs out of her house. You know what I mean? And I had too much pride to ask my sister, who did have a place, but she was, and I didn't want to ask. I had too much pride to ask people for anything. I had a lot of pride. So don't let being so busy trying to keep it real and stay the same hold you back, and you keep receiving the same. Understand that in order for you to grow, you have to change. You have to change. Because if you don't do something to change yourself, if you don't change yourself, then the thing that you're getting in your life won't change for you. Okay? That's why they always say it starts within. If you want to be successful, well, you have to be successful. Be it. You don't receive success. It's not something you can go buy. It's not a tangible thing. It's something that you have to become in your mind. Everything starts in your mind. So when you make up your mind that, hey, I want to be successful, first of all, I want to be, or I'm going to be, that means that you're currently not. So if you're currently not successful, then what needs to happen? Change. So why are you so hell-bent on and determined that, oh, I ain't gonna change, I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna stay the same? Why? Why? When you have to change in order to be successful. Because if you're not successful now, then you have to change in order to be successful. Okay? So the first thing you need to do is this. Make up in your mind that, you know what? I am successful. Be successful. That's the first thing. And recognize that what it's going to take. Actually, that's the second thing. The first thing you need to do is figure out what are the characteristics that you need in order to be successful. So look at what you're doing right now, compare that to what you think a successful person does or looks like, or what habits they have, and adopt those things in your life. Then be that and say, I am successful. Be that. If you think successful people get up and work out every morning, get up and work out every morning and be successful. If you think successful people are organized, organize your shit now and be successful. If you think successful people have money, write down your plan for how you can get more money starting now and be successful. Have more money. I have a book, an e-booklet on my website, 5 ways to make money with no money. They say it takes money to make money. I can prove you wrong on that. I've done it several times in real life, and this is facts on it. You know what I mean? So you have to change. You have to change. And I haven't heard anybody tell me yet that I wasn't real or that I was fake or phony or none of that. So, but I've changed more than probably anybody that I know. So it's keeping it real, not changing and staying the same, or it's keeping it real, just being true to yourself and being your truest version of yourself, your purest form, and knowing who you are and being the greatest version of yourself. That's keeping it real. Don't let people brainwash you and set you up and set you back further than where you need to be, because you're so busy trying to stay the same to please other people. You move to a better neighborhood, you're not obligated to go back to that old neighborhood just because you're trying to show people, hey, I ain't changed, see, I'm still out here. You don't have to be out there. If you choose to be out there, that's your preference. But if it was a bad neighborhood and crime happens rampantly on a regular, I'm not sure why you would want to be anyway, but that's your preference. But my point is this, you're not obligated to. And if you feel like if you don't do it, then they gonna think you changed, they gonna think you not real, they gonna think if you change, good. As soon as they tell you that you changed, you're like, yeah, I changed for the better. You should too. Come on, let me show you how to do it. You see what I'm saying? I changed. I don't listen to the same damn songs that I listen to all day long, repeating the same negative messages all day long. I listen to audiobooks. I listen to motivational videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? I listen to how-to videos and things that's going to teach me something, that's going to bring me some value in life. Change. Don't be afraid to change, because that's the only way you're going to get something different than what you're already getting. Now that's real. I'm AJ Simmons. This is the Everybody Eats podcast, and I thank y'all for waking up with me this morning. Any announcements? The only announcement I got is if you really want to change, join my Mastermind group, okay? $97 down, $47 a month. I'm releasing new things every day. E-courses, live videos, video courses, all the stuff in my ajsimmonsonline.com store is in that group where you can download immediately when you're in there. All type of stuff, alright? So I ain't gonna say too much on that, but follow me on my social media at ajsimmonsonline. Add me on Snapchat, AJRichAlready16. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll be back live. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all. Real quick, I want to tell you, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time around. So why not join a mastermind group full of like-minded people who can help you in your entrepreneurship journey? I created a Facebook group where we have exclusive access to all sorts of things. I'm talking about live Q&A videos with me every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. You can ask me whatever you want live on the spot. Then while you in the group, you with other entrepreneurs, you got that network, you building with each other. Then the third thing that I'm also offering is instant access to me. And the fourth thing is, which is probably the most important thing, is you have instant downloads, okay? Instant downloads to anything that I put in my store, any type of e-course, any type of video that I sell on YouTube or on my site, any type of the starter kit, the Clean the Biz starter kit that everybody wants, my ebook, Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises, all of that and anything that I release in the future, as long as you're in this mastermind group, you can download it instantly, no extra charge, okay? So all of that, not to mention the daily motivational uploads in that group, okay? So make sure you join the group. It's only $97 to get started. That's the initial fee. And the reason why it's $97 is so that'll prevent you from joining, downloading all of my content and then leaving, okay? Thank y'all. I just wanted to tell y'all that real quick. If you're interested in that, the link is below this video. Click on that and go to and join that mastermind now, y'all. Thank y'all.